So I've been using the Weber little wax or paraffin, whatever they're, lighter cubes to start this instead of paper. So I put 2 of those down on the grill, put the chimney starter over it, light those, and then put the chimney starter over it. It usually takes, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe even a little longer to get it to where I'm ready to start. We're ready to dump the chimney into the little charcoal caddy there. Okay, so now I've emptied the chimney starter for all the coals. I filled up the whole basket, piled everything up to one end, and laid some of the excess along the face of the charcoal caddy. And then I've also had some mesquite chips soaking for about the last half hour, just in cold water, right out of the garden hose. And when I start the barbecue, when I actually start grilling, I will put the mesquite chips onto the hot coals and they'll start smoking. All right. Okay, so now the grill's on. I'll leave it on for about 10 minutes. The cover goes on. The bottom vents are wide open. The lid's on. The top vents are wide open. And notice that the top vent is opposite of the charcoal. And that's where it's going to end up when I start cooking too. So it's been about 10 minutes. I took the lid off and I brushed the grill, and I'm flipping up this thing. Not all these these grills have this. I ordered it special. It's got the little flap on both sides. So this is the side I'm going to put the wood on. The chicken I usually put would be the skin side down, and put the larger ends closest to the coals because they need more heat. And I will leave them on for about 15 minutes. I set my timer because I will forget otherwise. And then I'll flip them over. And before I do that, I will put the mesquite on. This is something I forgot to do. I can't tell you how many times. So, yeah. All right, so that's the chicken on. We got a storm chicken out here in Palm. So I'm hoping this finishes before the rain actually starts. So here's the mesquite, the pieces of it. Let me put this on. Hang on, let me, trying to do this one-handed rarely works well. Okay. So I get this at Home Depot, I shouldn't say that. And it's in different sized chunks. And like I said, they've been soaking for a good half an hour by now. And I put those on there, right directly on the coals. Flip this back over. Not necessary, but I do. Okay. And again, the bottom vent's open and the top vent, look at the orientation. The coals are on the left, chicken's on the right, and the vent on the top is on the right, and I've got it fully open, and I will set the timer for 15 minutes, and at that time, I'll flip the chicken over, and flip it over side to side, not end to end, so that way the big side, the thick side stays closest to the heat. All right, so here we are after 15 minutes, and you see they really got a nice color already. And so I'm going to flip them over, like I said, sideways, keeping the large end, the thicker end, closer to the heat source. Okay, and then these will go back on for another, usually about 10 minutes, and then I will check to see if they're at about 150, 155 degrees. And there's always a couple little pieces that I get for my troubles here. All right, so we'll be back in, I'll set the timer for another 10 minutes, put the lid back on, and off we go. All right, here we are. It's been about 10 minutes, and just in time because it's starting to sprinkle. So we'll see if we can check our temperature, make sure it's okay. And that's even assuming I brought the thermometer out here, and I didn't, so pause. All right, we're back. Trusty thermometer in hand. 70 degrees in the house. I don't know, it's a little cool out here. So let's check this, see what it says. I'm going to go for the fattest piece. and see what it says. And this is going to be awkward, so yes, let's try and do this one-handed and see if that works. All right, I'm sticking it into the thickest part. I'm gonna have to roll it over. It's 160, it's done. So if the thickest one's done, they are all done. I'll put them on a plate, and when I bring them in, I will cover them with tin foil or whatever it is, aluminum foil. Boy, talk about dating oneself, huh? And then what I do is I close the bottom off. All right. And put the top back on and throw a glove over that and shut the top vent and just let it kind of smother itself out, and I will reuse the coals next time. So that's it. And then I'll let this, after 10-15 minutes of just sitting under foil, I know they're thoroughly cooked, they're not dried out, they're juicy, and they're even shreddable. So they're good, and it's got a really nice mesquite smoke to it. So anyway, there it is. Recipes with Ron. Have fun and do this. Try it out. Let me know.